Hello everyone, I am David Rahma and today I'm going to deliver my speech about self-harm. I convey my speech based on my experience and the knowledge that I get from the internet and also from books. So, do you know what the meaning of self-harm? Self-harm is not usually a suicide attempt and just not a cry for attention. Self-harm described as any behavior where someone causes harm to themselves, usually as a way to help cope with difficult or distressing thought and feeling. It most frequently takes the form of cutting with sharp object, burning, or non-lethal overdoses. However, it can also be any behavior that causes injury, no matter how minor or how high-risk behavior is. Basically, any behavior that causes harm or injury to someone as a way to deal with difficult emotion can be seen as self-harm. Self-harm usually starts as a way to relieve the build-up of pressure from distressing thought and feeling. This might give temporary relief from the emotional pain of the person is feeling. It is important to know that this relief is not temporary because the underlying reason still remains. Soon after, feeling of guilt and shame might follow, which can continue the cycle of self-harm, because there may be some temporary relief at the start of self-harm can become someone's normal way of dealing with life difficulties. This means that it's important to talk someone as early as possible to get the right support and also help. Learning new coping strategies to deal with these difficulties can make it easier to break the cycle of self-harm in the long term. Some factors that might make someone more at risk are: the first is the experience of a mental health disorder. This might include the depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, and eating disorder. The second is being a young person who is not under the care of their parent, or young people who have left a care from home. So it is important to know and remember that although these are risk factors can make someone more likely to self-harm, having any of this does not mean someone will self-harm. Similarly, someone who self-harm might not experience any of this, but anyone can be affected. So, do you know why do people self-harm? Maybe anyone who doesn't self-harm doesn't understand why someone would want to hurt themselves. But for some people that do self-harm because they didn't know what else to do and didn't feel like they had any other option in this life. Everyone has different things that causes stress and worry. For some people can manage this trouble by talking to friends and family, while others may find these difficulties overwhelming. When we don't express our negative emotion or also emotion and talk about the thing that make us distressed, angry, or upset, the pressure can build up and become unbearable. Some people turn this in on themselves and use their body as a way to express the thoughts and feeling they cannot say aloud. Then, other people might self-harm for self-punishment. They feel like this is the right thing to do to punish them, because by punishing themselves they can forgive anything that they think are less good and by other people. Okay, I don't think it is something to be proud of, but I will share my experience related to self-harm. This happened when I was in first or second grade senior high school. I have done self-harm because I could not have friends to talk, and I felt that I was just alone. I'm afraid to start talking to my parents or other people that I know. It started when I feel stressed because of something that happened in my school life or other thing. I will feel dizzy and I will be banging my head against the wall, and then after do it I feel like more relieved. But finally I was able to stop this behavior because I have friends to tell about my life story and my problem. I can share with them. From my experience, I can conclude that talking to someone you trust can help you to discover why you self-harm and help you to find new way to cope these difficulties. Finding out what makes you happy, sad, angry, isolated, vulnerable, or strong can help you to develop other way of dealing with this thing. Other technique that find a release for the emotional pressure you feel without the need to harm yourself are: the first is to write down thoughts and feelings that you are distressing you. By crumple the page up, rip it apart and throw them out as a way to let go of that thought, or just hit a pillow or cushion to vent your anger and frustration, or also have a good scream in the pillow or cushion. Then go for a walk to take you away from triggers, because being in a public place gives you the time and space to reduce the urge to hurt yourself. Then you can also call your friend or family to talk to them. This doesn't have to be about self-harm. Or also you can talk to someone about what is triggering you, or seek help from a professional, because by asking for help and having support is very important if you are trying to stop self-harm. So self-harm is not an option, because you can do other things as I have said above. Also, it is important to take care of yourself, and I'm sure that you can get through this difficult situation. It's all for my speech. I hope this was helpful for all of us. Thanks for watching and goodbye.